Good morning and welcome to day 7. We're moving on now to Welshpool for the event at the Welshpool Llanfair. Okay, so this will be the last time you see Eggesford now. Opposite side, the train for Barnstable's already in, so wait for ours and we'll get on it when it arrives. Right, here we are, 158951, half a 158 and another 158. So let's get on this one and get to Exeter St David's. We're going backwards, unfortunately. At least we've got some room. Stopping at Yoford. Obviously this is the disused platform on the Oakhampton line. So just one more crediting, and then we don't stop at Newton St Size at all for this one, so straight to Exeter St David's. Right, so having a crediting. Past one here that's heading back to Barnstable. Right, made it to Exeter St David's on this train. Right, this is our train here now. We'll have to get on this one now because we've got little other choice. But we're not going home. Just got a Bristol Temple Meads on it. Bristol Temple Meads. Hey, look, here's a 47. Now that's what we should have. Plus 47 with a lot of Mark 1s and Mark 2s or something like that. Oh, I think that might be the one we let go at what's it? Anyway, we're letting it go here again now because we're on something like that next. A 165 or a 166. So what's this, class 47 then? Can't see, it's two side on. 593 I think, yeah it is. Anyway, let's get a cup of tea. Right, our next train is approaching. 165, 101. So it'll reverse here and we'll go back out the way it came in. So go to Newport with this one, change there. Let's get to the front end if we can. Right, we are leaving Bristol Temple Meads, heading up towards Parkway, but we won't turn out to Parkway, we'll go straight through towards the Severn Tunnel to Patchway. Passing the site of a new station here. I think it is going to be called Ashley Down. As you can see, it's partly built. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Built in Abbeywood. I think this has been enlarged since we were last here actually. 2 platforms. Am I wrong on that? I'm not sure. Just leaving Filton Abbeywood. Now I'm just trying to think where the old Filton station was. A few hundred yards up here. The old station only used to get a very limited service in peak hours, I think. Cross country going past. Strongly suspect that is the Manchester Piccadilly circuit. I think it is, yeah, Painston Piccadilly. this is the old Filton station. It's been disused for quite a few years now. Bristol Parkway, of course, is round to the right over there, just out of sight. When we came, it was a bit too busy over the train to film anything of. So cross over the top of the Henbury line now, somewhere down here. That's at the Avonmouth line. Now join the main line from Bristol Parkway and Swindon and Paddington to South Wales. So this is familiar territory. Walked here not very long ago, last week. Hatchway. You can see the tracks now go on different alignments. Tight fit through these single track tunnels, these overhead wires. Patchway tunnels. And now the tunnel's a bit shorter, I think, on this line. Coming up to one of the least used stations in Britain, which is Pilning, and it's on the side we will see now, the only serviceable platform. It's only one train a day, I think, in one direction or two. That's it there, Pilning. You can't use the other side, it's out of use. We will score that one day. This is the Severn Tunnel now, 4.5 miles. That was a welcome to Wales sign. But we're just going to pop back into England a little bit further up near, just past Abergavenny, to Hereford and Shrewsbury, then pop back over to Wales again. So the next station you'll see now is Severn Tunnel Junction, but we're not stopping here. I'd considered walking to Caldicott from here if it did, but we haven't got time. Not far off Newport now. So we're just going to change here in reverse down the Welsh Marches. Curve which goes directly round there. It'd be very handy if we could get a train that would do that, but sadly that is not an option. I think in previous franchises actually that did happen, I think once or twice a day. There was used to be one from Manchester Piccadilly all the way to Waterloo via this curve, and also via Bristol and Salisbury. That's the curve there. It's only single track. It is now. So I thought it was double track actually, that curve. And here's the main line from Manchester and Shrewsbury, the Welsh Marches.
We are now approaching Newport. Please mind the step down from the train to the platform.
Get all that mud. Tide's low there. Right, Newport. See this train out and we'll just chill for a bit. So this is heading off to Cardiff. If we'd have gone to Cardiff with it, we'd have had a 4-minute change with the one to Manchester Piccadilly. So I wasn't going to chance that. Right, this is our service to Manchester. This is just a joke. 2 dog boxes, and it should be a local halt formation. I am not impressed with this at all. This was the whole idea of coming via Newport to get on this train. Leaving Newport, sadly we are backwards. Go to Shrewsbury with this train and over to Welshpool. Right on the edge now. This is Cumbrawn. We need this station. Not been off here yet. And as you can see, we are now facing. That's because someone's got off. Semaphore signals, not many left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving to Abergavenny.
So we're going to pop back into England shortly. To Hereford, the next one. So another station we need is this one, Abergavenny. Not done this yet.
Shortly be arriving into Hereford. Hereford is our next station stop. If you are leaving us here today, please make sure you take all of your personal belongings with you and take care when stepping on the train.
Hereford. So we can change here for services obviously over to Worcester. But we don't want to. Just left Hereford. Somewhere just after this next bridge there was a short siding around to some freight terminal or whatever. Not sure if that's the track concerned. No, it might have been down there. It's gone now. Just leaving Leominster now, but I believe it is pronounced Leicester. So confusing. I think Ludlow is next and then fast to Shrewsbury. Ludlow shortly, there's a little tunnel just before we come into Ludlow. Or is it just after? I think it's now. A bit longer than expected. Here we are, Ludlow. And it started raining again. Coming up to Church Stretton now, and the Heart of Wales line is about to join from this side. That's it there. It's the Heart of Wales line. Decent shine on it. Stopping here, Craven Arms. I'm surprised actually because I thought it would be a good connection for the Heart of Wales to just jump off here. Some level crossing and a signal box up here. Semaphores again now. Oh, signal boxes on the opposite side. Not far off Shrewsbury now, which is where we're going to get out. And we're taking a different train, another Transport for Wales service for Aberystwyth, I believe. There's a disused line joins on the right, on the opposite side to what we're on at the moment, which is the Severn Valley from Bridgenorth. That's been disused for half a century or more. But there's the Cambrian line, which you will see very shortly. That comes in this side. So we're still on semaphores. Oh no, we still are on the semaphores by the looks of things. So that's the Cambrian line down there. That is where we're going to head for in half an hour or so. We've just stopped outside Shrewsbury station and look at that. That's the Abbey, I think. So here is the curve of track that goes straight onto the Wolverhampton line. It's got a decent shine on it. Last time I saw that it was a bit on the rusty side. Not sure what the junctions are. Abbey Foregate Junction. Something else I can't remember now. Severn Bridge Junction, is it? Abbey Foregate Welsh's Bridge. That's it. It's all still semaphores everywhere. This signal box here is one of the biggest in Britain. And it still works perfectly well over 100 years since it was first commissioned. It's incredible signal boxes there. So this is the main part of Shrewsbury station. There's another platform on the opposite side, platform 3, which is there, but you can only get to Chester from the north out of that platform, which is why it isn't often used. Sometimes you get freight trains standing in there all on the through road. Right. Oh. Shrewsbury, we've made it. So, 2 dog boxes.
Next train to arrive at platform 7B will be the 1451 Transport for Wales.
Did it go out? About half an hour roughly. Not done too bad considering, actually. The local waltz set had been faster. We don't want this train, but I thought I'd film it because it's going all the way through to Tenby. Look how many people's waiting for this now. Quite a lot. So when this gets to Tenby, it'll just go end on with the unit that's already down there. They won't actually physically pass. The south end of the station now at Shrewsbury, and the line's curving off to the left there, goes to the West Midlands, to Wolverhampton and Birmingham, and the line's over to the right with the cleared signal is for Hereford and the Cambrian line and the Heart of Wales line. Okay, we've got a train in platform 5 now, about to leave, which is going to Swansea via the Heart of Wales line. The one on the right is going to Birmingham. The Heart of Wales service is leaving. So that's most stations, if not all stations, via the Heart of Wales line to Swansea. Not doing that route this time. crossings there. There's a 158 coming in. I think this has come off the Cambrian line. I'm checking. It's going to join up with that 158 down there, as this is there. By the looks of it. Right, this will be our train coming in now. Just over to Welshpool. Not many passengers waiting for it. So we've got 158835 at the front, which will be the back shortly when it reverses here. We'll get in the front as it leaves. 8:30. And it's a dividing service, so one bit goes to Aberystwyth and one bit goes to Helly. I think this is our last train for today. In fact, it's the last train for on National Rail system now for 2 or 3 days, because we're going to the Welshpool and Llanfair. So some narrow gauge trains shortly tomorrow. Actually, we'll get one hopefully this evening when we get to our digs, because it's at Hennieth where we're staying.
And she was like, I'm dying inside.
Well, we've just crossed from Shropshire into Wales. Not sure what county it'll be. Powys, I think, possibly. Yes, we're in Powys, and this is Buttington here. Now there's a disused line that's just joined there. That's the line from Shrewsbury, I think, the original Cambrian line. Big level crossing coming up now over the main A458, which you won't miss. That's that. And then another road, I think it's the 483, that comes alongside, and the railway is on a different alignment to what it was originally on 20 or so years ago. That shows us when Welshpool station was resited, but obviously the old one would have been better. I think we're coming up to the new alignment about now. Oh no, that's not quite up yet. The road has taken the alignment of the old railway. It has shifted over a little bit, only a few yards. So that's it now. We're on the new alignment now. That road is where we should be. Right, here we are, Welshpool. So let's just get around. The road's over there, and how many passengers have got off this train here now? It's quite a lot. Let's get up to the opposite side now and onto where the old station was. Green Tick Station, sloping ramp. But only to the right, there's steps to the left. We'll have a look at the old station in a minute. Right, that's the train we just got off. Right, a lot of passengers got off that train there. So on it goes to Aberystwyth and Gwelly. There's a short section of double track here now. It's not just a loop. The loop's about a mile and a half long. Right, this is the old station. The main entrance obviously would have been probably there. It's at least 25, maybe near 30 years now since it was decommissioned and the new one built. I'm not sure just exactly when, but I'm sure if you Google it you'll find out. Right, so look online, and it was 1992 when the old station was spoilt. So anyway, let's head up into town now this way. See if I find somewhere to get something to eat before I get the train to Llanfair. Right, we've now walked over to Raven Square Station on Welshpool Llanfair Railway, and our train over to Hennieth is approaching. A little bit late, but not too bad. And this is one we haven't had before at all, ever. Surge of Aldwyn. I think it is an 080. Quite wide. It is. Now running round. Weighted point. Oh no, it's not. Thought it might have sprung back. I was just waiting for it to run around. There was a bit of a breakdown there with some tea and cakes or whatever. So, number 85 here, which I thought was 14 actually. This is the one, I think, that's from Sierra Leone. And it was blue last time we were here, back in 2003. We saw this one last time as well, the Countess. There's a very similar one, I think, in black, which is the Earl. So that might be available. It's not here. And there's Joan. Last time we were here, this one wasn't working either. It was in pieces. There's Joan. This is the little Dougal, which somehow looks a little bit more in keeping with the gauge, actually, doesn't it? The bigger locomotives look rather big for 2'3" or 2'6". I'm not sure what it actually is. I'll find out later. There's an old bus over there as well. East London bus, so that might be working at some point, I think. Anyway, we'll get going as soon as it runs round. Right, the loco is running round. Very slowly, but it is. Backing onto the stop. Single buffer. Yeah. Should imagine the box will be meant tomorrow for the gala weekend. I hope there's a little green one here. What's this?
You're clear of the platform. deep as the Licky, if not a bit more. Well away from Welshpool now. Coming up to the first halt, although I don't think it actually is a halt anymore now, Golfer. There's a little level crossing over here still. Can't be 2 3/4 miles, no chance. This is Golfer. There's a pheasant on that gate up there. On the move again after a brief respite. So there's a little level crossing here with a minor road. Coming up to the first proper station now, Sylvine. Not sure if they're not all request halts, a bit like Ravenglass actually, just stop where you want to get off. Obviously we're not going quite to the end of the line, nearly but not quite. Like a farm of some sort there then. This road's the main A458 here. This is Sylvine now. And this loop was actually taken out of use and put back some time ago. So I'm not too sure if we got line possession to probably have. I think this is a new track actually, the original one was on the other side. I'm not using that today. Ground frame. So it's quite open here. This is where I shall probably fry the drone. Certainly be worth doing it. Going right round those trees now. Sylvine down there. This will be quite a good drone flying area, will this, if the weather permits. There's a serious switchback here over this level crossing, from what I remember 20 years ago. It's amazing, it isn't a bridge this. As soon as you get over it, it's a right drop down. It's just amazing, is this. Look at the gradient there, going back down. And here, look at it, it's the right summit is this. It's amazing the cutting wasn't dug out here and it's put over the top. The right roller coaster. Not far off Castle Caerinion. Just round the next corner, I think now. The level crossing, and then we're into see the station now. It's Castle Caerinion. You're probably going to the platform. Here we are. Left side of the loop. Oh, some lights on this level crossing. No barriers, no gates. Yeah, it's barriers and lights. Interesting. There's a very low platform on the opposite side over here. There's a car wait. Oh, there's a white light on this side, and there's a car waiting. It's been there for a while, looking at the moss and whatever that's on it. To Caerphilly. This is the last intermediate stop before we get off. Oh, it's an island platform here. Another level crossing. The one thing you'll notice on this railway is there's no bridges over it. Another little level crossing just here. The viaduct here. That is a tributary to the Banway. Just down there. We're going to cross that just before we go to Heniath. Can't miss that. Right, we're coming up to the bridge over the Banway right now. In 1999 it was rebuilt. This is the most notable structure. Possibly could swim in that.
We're nearly there.
Yep. Yeah, it looks swimmable, does that? In fact, I think we studied it once. And there is Heniath Halt where that little shed is. Shelter, whatever. I'll get to a door in a minute and get off.
You got everything?
Think so, yes. May as well watch it go. We're going up there in a minute. Right, we're almost at an end of day 7. 8, 9 and 10 will be the gala, and then 11 home.
Now then, I've checked into the room now at this place, this guest house, and it's really nice. So didn't get a chance to finish the video earlier when they left the train because the battery went off just a short bit after that. So anyway, this is the end of day 7 now, so I'll see you in the morning on the railway for the gala weekend tomorrow on Friday. So TTFN, bye for now.